On today's video, we're going to take a look at some old school foils and see what's going on. Hey guys, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. If you're new to my channel and you're somehow finding me out there in the nacho cheese universe that is YouTube, well, thanks a lot for deciding to check out my content today. I really hope you guys enjoy it. It's awesome to see everyone every day, man. Welcome back to the regular viewers. Welcome back, everyone. Awesome. And to all the new subscribers out there, thanks for joining the channel. Appreciate you guys. Glad to have you here. Today's conversation is going to be about old school foils and foils in general for Magic the Gathering. For those of you who didn't know or were not aware, they haven't been around forever. Old school, like foils in general, didn't start until 1999. Even though the game came out in 93, they really didn't pick up on foils till 1999 for Urza's Legacy. That was the first time you had foils available. Now remember, when I show you something today, there were no mythics back then. Rare was as far as it went. So when you look at these kind of cards, you have to realize it isn't like nowadays foils. You weren't getting one in every pack or every other pack or every few packs. Common, uncommon, rare, mythic. No. You were lucky to get 2 or 3 in an entire box, and most times those were common. It was just that hard to get anything in foil back in the day. The early sets like 1993 all the way up to 2006, the foils were really hard. Okay, when you got them in a box, it was a big deal. Kind of like when we first saw Planeswalkers or you first see your first Mythic back in the day. Guys, they were that hard to get. So when you take a look today and I show you Grim Monolith, a reserve list card, but this is a foil reserve list card from Urza's Legacy, you'll see it's commanding $4,100 is the average in Canadian dollars. In the US, it's $3,700. And for the people who follow my card market stuff, I'm sorry I couldn't find a foil price. I must have been clicking something wrong. If someone can help me out and put that in the comments section, that would be awesome. Why I couldn't find foils there, I don't get it. So the sales may be slow, but it really reminds me of power cards. Like a Time Walk costs this much money. Moxes can cost this much money. That's how rare to get a rare in this old series would be. So look at that comparable. Now, for cards like this, remember, condition is everything. Surface blemishes can be there that you don't even notice unless you shine it in bright lights and get a really good look at it. It was really hard to keep these old foils in any good condition. So commanding those high prices is based on the fact you have a really nice condition one that's been taken care of. Because, I mean, in some cases, the foil would just peel right off. You could just peel a foil off. I remember somebody doing that for Cold Snap back in the day at a store. He goes, look, I can just peel it off. It was pretty, it was pretty interesting to watch. Now, when you compare a foil versus a non-foil, so Grim Monolith again, you're talking what, $500 for lightly played Canadian dollar copy of Grim Monolith, reserve list card. But when you look at that 4K, $4,000 for the foil one, 8 times price difference. And that carries through to many of the cards in the uncommon, the rare slot, and even the commons. You can find a common that's, let's say Urza again. It's going to be like $2 for a common, common regular card. And then you can find the foil one that's like $6, $7. Or you can find a common that's like 10 cents. And the foil version of it is still like $1. The price difference is there for a reason. They're just that hard to find. You can still find some cheap common foils if you just wanted to get some. You can go on local card store like 401 Games. They have some for like 30, 40 cents still. I think the cheapest ones that are having rare are like the Thorn Elemental, and it was like $2. You wanted to get some 7th edition or some old foils, that's where you're going to go to pick them up first. Check your LGS. They usually don't top up those prices and really pay close attention. So if you're going to start your hunt for some foils, that's a good place to start your local LGS and see what they have. Now, please remember, guys, this is not a financial advice channel. I have no graduation ceremony from, Magic University or any other company. You see nothing in the background but hordes of Magic cards from a guy who likes to hang out. This is an entertainment channel only. What can I say? Gotta say it. You gotta make sure people know. But if you're looking for these cards, check your LGS first. It looks like their price will be pretty comparable. Now, when you look at these old school packs, when you're trying to buy a pack of the old stuff, even the 7th edition pack, from $100 to $150 Canadian. They have packs that are higher, but I wouldn't buy those because there's ones that were less. So I'm looking at the ones that were $100 to $150. Places like Australia still have them. They'll ship them out to you. You might get a foil. Remember, it's a couple per box. So that's why 7th edition, a sealed box, goes for like $6,000, $7,000 now. That price is combined with the fact the boxes had really low print runs, The foils were really hard to get. Guys, it's not getting cheaper. Buying these right now at 100, 150 bucks may seem like a steal 20 years from now when you see how rare these packs will be. Now remember, this is just an entertainment channel. I'm not a financial advisor. I did not graduate Magic University. Remember that fact. Entertainment purposes only. But I can see those packs easily reaching 500, 600 bucks in the years to come when people realize how rare some of these things are to get when you talk about foiling. Foiling can be insane, guys. Look at the Urza's packs. Urza's Legacy and stuff, they're approaching $10,000 a box and higher in some cases. Insane. But that's where it's going. When you take reserve list cards, you mix them with old foiling, that hard to get, insanity ensues. Because there are big people out there with a lot of money who want complete sets. Now, around 2006, somewhere around that cold snap era, you start seeing foils more often. Foiling has always been an issue. Some foils peel and curl. The old ones were pretty good, although I do remember somebody peeling off a foil right there in a store. I was with a buddy. I remember the guy saying, look at this. I think it was Cold Snap. He just literally peeled the foil right off of the card. It was kind of crazy. But up until that point, foils were pretty rare to get, right? You didn't see them that often. So when I look here, you see Miri from Planar Chaos, the Cursed. 3/2, flying first strike. Good card. 4 to cast. Still a pretty decent card. Legend. But at 20 bucks for the foil, that's $20 Canadian. That's not a bad price because you don't know where those foilings will go in the years to come. So you can start checking out your LGSs. You can check out online and maybe pick yourself up some just common foils you're looking for. Some cheap ones to start, just like a reserve list card. Look for the ones that are like 20, 30, 40 cents, but from older sets. And just try to accumulate some, maybe some basic lands. If you're looking to go that route. If the awesome foil process and the way the cards look is something you desire, that may not be a bad place to start. I myself, guys, I went and built in 2014 my first ever all foil deck. I was proud of this deck. You don't see it very often. It was, I call it a Christmas deck, by the way, because you can see there, we got a beautiful, we got here Sacred Foundry, Shockland. So we got some Johnny, but the real point of this deck is not here. Let me get to the actual card I care about. What happened was, it was my first time in Magic seeing a particular card. When I saw this, Mishra's Toy Workshop, and it was just so cool. It's a Christmas card. Wizards does these funny Christmas edition cards. I thought it was the cutest thing, so I got 4 of them, and then I started building a deck that would be tokens, little funny, and then I said, you know what, I want it all in foil. So I think some of the harder cards to get were the Shocklands back then, Battlefield Forge, Mana Confluence, but I think it was the Lightning Helixes from Ravnica that were hard to get. They were like, 20 bucks a pop back then. Guys, this deck has stayed pretty flat. These are older foils. The newer ones, and by newer I mean stuff like even Return to Ravnica, right? They're still pretty flat. I'll be honest, they're pretty flat. But I look at the newer cards nowadays and the issues we had with the pringling, and especially here, check out this picture. Let's jump right there to Commander Legends. Look at that binder. I just took this off the internet, guys, but that's just showing what happened nowadays, even compared to ones from 5 years ago, 6 years ago. The difference is astounding in how they've done it. So when you're looking at foiling, I would say foil cards, look for the old ones. Those are the ones that are probably going to have the most value. The new ones here, where they all pringled and stuff, I think it's going to be an era of mistakes and people aren't going to look too fondly on it. Who knows what time will tell for foils and collecting foils. It still is not a mass market idea. I don't see thousands of people buying the cards, but there are people moving into this area and there are people I know buying them and checking it out. So if it's something that interests you, hey, leave some comments in the comments section below. Tell me what you think when you see the old school foils. Do you like them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? I'd like to know what you guys are thinking. Thanks a lot, guys. And thanks a lot for tuning in. This is MTG Moxman. And even though I have this awesome foil deck that isn't worth too much money now, I still love playing it because it still looks stylish to me. Have a great one, guys. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Hey guys, big shout out to all my patrons out there. You guys are amazing, and don't worry, the patron sheet will be updated here on the back as soon as the payments are processed, as the video you're watching today was pre-recorded on, a day off I had. All right, guys? Look forward to seeing y'all soon. What are you guys doing here still? Didn't you need a break from me today? You still wanted to hang out with? That's so nice. I love talking to you guys. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I hope your Canada Day was nice. I hope whatever country you're in, you just got to chill out, had a good time. no problems, no issues. We deserve those days. You deserve those days. We all do. Guys, have a great one. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.